Welcome to MES e-learning channel. In the last videos, we have seen about the importance of recruitment, the selection process and the different interview essentials of interview. Now let us focus on the topic of orientation. Now orientation, when the person gets selected, the person is the candidate when they have selected in the job and they join the job, there is the first day there is an orientation which is arranged by the company, wherein the orientation is done so that the person comes to know about the company, their roles, their responsibilities, the hierarchy that they need to follow, all that details. So orientation plays a very important role, wherein the HR department tries to introduce the new candidate to the other people who will be there in the different departments, to the reporting boss, to the will be explaining them the working procedure, because every company has a different way of working system, right? So here they need to follow, they cannot come and say in my previous job may I used to follow this particular way of working, so I will continue that. No, we need to follow with the rules, regulations, the way of working of the current organization where we are now. So here, in order to make them acquainted with this particular thing, there will be a training or there will be an orientation which is done to them, so that they come to know what are the rules, how many leaves they have, what are the regulations, what is the reporting time, what is when they can leave the premises, what are the roles that the person is having, the responsibilities the person is having, what duties they have, what tasks they have, whom they can report and whom they can approach, where what all there in the campus, so that if they need to visit a particular department, which floor that is into. So every minute detail is been given to them, so that the person is not lost anywhere, the person doesn't get confused, doesn't get nervous, and later on if a question is asked that why this work was not done, he cannot say that I was not knowing, because on the first day everything was made clear to you. There will be this thing there will be a MOA, that is Memorandum of Association, is made by the company. A booklet is given to the people, the candidates who have joined, to read out and see what are the rules and regulations, what are the duties that they have to follow. So everything is made crystal clear to them to before they start with the work. And what are the methods they will follow? Say for example, if it is an balance sheet, if it is an accounts manager and the person has to make a balance sheet, there are different accounting standards which are applied. So here it would be made very clear that what is the format that we follow, what are the accounting standards that we follow in our company. So accordingly the person will be working, because here working in a company and working learning something in college in lectures is entirely different. That is, there we tend to see the theoretical and the general part, but when I join a firm, when I join a company, here there will be 100% practical thing. So practically what I need to do, what I need to follow is a must to be known. Okay, so that is about orientation. Now here the next thing that we will see is performance appraisal. Now here what is performance appraisal? Now when you are joining a job and you have completed 1 year, you will always have an expectation for a hike in your salary, some increment in your salary. You do not want to work in a place wherein you are for 5 years you are not you are having the same salary with no increment. What will happen in that cases? You will be demotivated, you will not have a liking or interest towards working more. There will be more of there will be more of absenteeism that will take place, there will be lack of productivity, the quality would affect or in your workings and so on, right? You will try to be more frustrated, you will be more stressed and so on. So here what we do is, we try to, every company they try to give a performance appraisal at the end of the year or starting of the year. Once in a year it is done, wherein the feedback of the employees will be taken, and on the basis of their feedback the performance will be evaluated, and they will be they will be given some hikes in the salary like increments, or they will be given some promotions if they are eligible to it, and so on. Sometimes it is also demotion that may take place. So that also needs to be careful. So because people know that yes, after 1 year I am going to be evaluated, so that keeping in mind, and then they are working throughout properly so that they know that if I am working, if my performance is there, the company is benefited, at the same time I will also be benefited. So performance appraisal is there. There are many methods nowadays. There are computerized system, computerized softwares which has come up wherein they try to ask the candidate to fill that, and then the feedback is taken. But the most common and the most important one and the most most preferred by the companies are the two methods that they are taking. One is 360 degrees appraisal, and then is MBO method. Let us take both of them. The first one, when I say 360 degrees appraisal, it is something overall, right? So here the candidate, here the feedback is not taken by only one person, but it will be taken by 4 different areas together, so that it doesn't affect the performance feedback of any person. Because many a times what happens, if one person only gives a feedback, the person may not be in a good terms with the candidate whose feedback is given, and on basis that we will take a decision that will be unfair to the candidate. So here if I am taking from 4 different areas, at least I will get some genuine feedback of the employee, and accordingly there would be some fairness that I would do for the particular person. Say for example, I am the candidate, so here the company will first give a feedback form to me to fill for myself. There will be several questions that they will ask me, and I have to be very true, and I have to give the answers for the same. So they will be evaluating me for my appraisal. Secondly, they will be giving the same form to my boss to answer certain questions about myself, feedback about me and the person to whom I am reporting. So that will be my superior who will be giving the answers for the same. There will be the feedback will be taken from my subordinates who are reporting to me, to know as to whether I am being coordinating with them properly or not, whether I am properly taking them into consideration also. That will be a feedback which will be taken by them, from them. Then there will be a feedback that will be taken from the peers, from my colleagues who are working in the same position at me, like me. Say for example, if I am an HOD of a department, so here the feedback will be taken from the HODs of other department of the institution to know about myself, about my performances. So overall I am taking feedback from various other ends. If it is a marketing company, then the feedback will be taken from my customers also, whom I may be interacting with, my clients also, whom I am interacting with on day-to-day basis, or for my some projects and so on. So this way what we are doing is we are taking it from various ends, and then we take a decision as to whether the increment needs to be done, how it needs to be done, whether there should be any promotions to be done. Okay, so that is 360 degrees appraisal. Next comes is the MBO method, that is management by objective method. Now in this what happens is the company tends to ask each employee as to what is your target that you are going to accomplish in a particular year, and they will be that particular thing is that particular target that they are giving is something which is an expected target. The company says that I have an estimated target that will be there, which is so and so. So here what happens is, for example, let us take a HR ka paper only, performance appraisal ka. I will ask my students out of 60 how much marks they are expecting in this paper. It may be that the students, 1-to-1 students, it may be that for one student says I will expect 48 out of 60, other says 52 out of 60, other says 37 out of 60 and so on. So this is something which is the estimated which is target that they have. My expectation is what? At least 24 लेके आ जाओ, आप pass हो जाओगे. out of 60, 24 should be there, minimum passing marks. So that is the expected target. Now 6 months passed, semester is for 6 months. Now the result comes, people are working, I am not forcing anybody, I am not telling them that itna aana hai, they are giving me the target. They are working on their own, I have left them to their targets, they are working, they are getting the same. Once the result comes out, I go to the same students, I ask them, what was your estimated target? First person says 48. I ask them what is the actual marks that they have received. The person says say 52. So here the difference between the 48 and 52, it is 4 marks, and here it is something which is above the estimated target that the person has got. So here really the person has kept his words, worked hard and got the same. Second person is 37 marks again, and the person has scored 27 only. So 10 marks are less. Now I have to find out. I cannot go and scold the person or scream at them, but I need to politely speak to them, find out what is the root cause of the problem, where it has come less, why it has come less, and whatever is the reason, I need to explain them, I need to give them some improvement ways in which they can work on, and in the next exam they can try to accomplish their targets. So here this is the way in which MBO is done, wherein I am not pressurizing any employee to achieve a particular target, they are only setting the target and they are only trying to accomplish the same. So that is called as MBO method. The benefits here is what? That here people would work hard because they have given their own targets, so they will try to accomplish. Disadvantage in this, what happens is, many a times it becomes demotivation for them, that they told that this will be achieved but they were unable to do the same. And at the end what happens, whatever performance feedback method you take, we always have to see that the HR department takes one-to-one conversation with the candidates, and if there is any less feedback or bad feedback of any candidate, they should discuss, they should keep that as confidential, and try to explain them in a positive manner, and even the employees should take it as a positive note and improve on, rather than taking on a negative part and losing interest in the job. So here performance appraisal, these things are some very important one that we need to keep in account. Thank you so much.